it's an illness, just like any other illness.
An awful lot, because my son suffers with mental health issues, so we have that in our family, yes. So we have a lot of information regarding that.
Oh, well, we just think about our daughters probably, because both of our children have special needs.
Probably things like depression, illnesses like that, yeah.
Not really. When they're acting normal, no.
No.
I believe it can have an effect on people. First of all, I think that they would feel worried. And the more you explain to people about mental health, it eases how they might feel towards a person. And actually that there are so many different types of mental health. I think that people have an image in their mind and it's portrayed, it's stuck there. They need to learn more about it. Understanding every individual, understanding every different scenarios of mental health, down to anxiety, depression, to psychosis.
No. Yes, I like them more. I was going to say, yeah, that's a good one, Lise.
Not particularly. No, I think I know people who suffer from it, so I wouldn't necessarily change my opinion of somebody just because they had mental health problems. Yeah, I think it's a thing, like people are worried to say that if they've got mental health because they're worried about in work they might get discriminated, but also their friends might get worried about what to say to them.
I could say no, but everyone will say no.
Not that much.
Well, they're pretty common these days, I think.
Very common, extremely common, just people aren't aware.
I think there's still a bit of a stigma and people may be scared sometimes in coming forward. But it's having the confidence to stand up and know you're more special than anybody else, isn't it?
I think we're a lot more common than people think. I think a lot of people wouldn't admit to it. So I think a lot of people suffer in silence, not realising that actually quite a few people they know are probably going through the same. Yeah, definitely. I think people won't admit it in the work environment because they're worried that, I know you're not meant to discriminate, but they are worried that it will go on their health employment at work and that people will know and less likely to pick them for jobs and stuff. Yeah, I guess so. I wouldn't know maybe necessarily to where to look, but I'm a student at uni, so I know that if I went to uni, they'd be able to help me and point me in the right direction.
Very.
Schizophrenia is 1%. I'd say it's about 30% of the population, somewhere near that.
No.
If I had a mental health problem, I might not know. Depends how bad the mental health problem was. I'd probably go to my doctor, I suppose.
There's an awful lot of phone numbers out there for people with mental health and an awful lot of help. But at first you are stuck by yourself or alone looking for a number.
Don't even get me started on that one. No, I don't think that the support is out there enough, to be honest with you, and I think that the government needs to come forward a bit more and offer that advice up. Because you have to go searching for it rather than it being there to access easily enough. Well, yeah, but it's knowing where to go to in the first place. That can be a struggle.
Yeah, I go to my family for support. I think my family would be able to help me. Or I think even some of my friends would be, like, people I trust. Yeah.
Work with them? Yeah? I don't see why not.
When it would be bad, yes.
I think immediately you went to your doctor or your local GP that they should be able to advise you on where to go. Yes.
We've been talking about this all afternoon, so don't get us started. Basically, our daughters are in a transition period. Well, mine is a year above Fiona's, but I don't know what to do with her. She's going to turn 18, and I'm not want to sit at home all day doing nothing. And other than residential college, like it's going to be 90 grand, you can't get the funding. What do you do? You know, and there's just nothing that West Sussex is providing for young people.
I think it's easier to say without mental health problem. I would. You probably wouldn't want to admit that you did have a mental health problem. So.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm used to it.
I would be. Not now, though, because I'm too old.
I do. I do help, yes, I'm a carer.
Absolutely.
No, not really.
Oh, I think they've find a place in the workplace, yes.
Advantages. I'd like to start positive note. I think once you have a clear understanding and you have you have to have a lot of patience, and you have to have a good sense of humour with everything in life. Humour is everything. Disadvantage, sometimes you yourself can become, you have to then learn how to bring yourself out of a moment, and become stronger for that person. So disadvantages, you might feel a little bit tired, or you might feel a little bit, that day you're having an off day and you have to learn to walk away from that and carry on. Disadvantage, communication. Finding those numbers, finding somebody else to support you, as all people are sponges with emotion, that they need support as well in any job, not just with mental health or with any job.
I think it's the only way to go, because unless the experience is fundamental, because you don't. And who else knows what a mother goes through with their child who is born with learning difficulties or anything else? And you need to have hindsight. You need to know what you're talking about. And unfortunately, no one in government does.
What if someone, so just in general, obviously if you've got another colleague or if you've got someone in your office who go through that, if they've got experience of dealing with it, they're able to help out other people. They might be able to look out for the signs if someone's suffering in silence.
No idea.
No, I haven't got any advice because I don't know very much about it, but I'm sure they know what they're doing.
As soon as somebody with mental health reaches 18, they seem to be a bit lost in their own communications. They need to communicate, they need to hand out more phone numbers towards people. They also need not to pass the buck between different, for example, counties. And then you are lost. They don't seem to know enough about where to next, where to find the next number next. They seem to say, well, actually, you have to do this. And sometimes then when you're at home alone, you actually don't know where to pick the phone up. So, yes. More join up between, have those numbers ready for people that need them. Don't pass them on to their next psychiatrist or consultant or doctor. It's a minefield for people. And to also really make it aware of who you are speaking to and what qualifications they have, because that can be a downside, yeah. Is that to you?
No, go on. Just get in check with the real world, because there are so many people out there with hidden mental illnesses. It doesn't necessarily have to be obvious.
No, obviously just keep supporting people, and yeah, I don't have anything in particular, but as long as they keep doing a good job and just making other people more aware of it.
I think the big problem is trying to make people that don't have mental health issues understand what it's like. I think it's hard to understand and help people that do have them if you've never had one. So, I don't know, making people more aware, I guess.